Every slot gambler knows this story well. You put your money in a machine and start spinning. You get some small wins, some small bonuses, almost big hits, and you keep hitting that spin button without really thinking about it, until you hit the button and realize you're out of money. In today's Spin IQ video, we are covering how slot machines hack your brain to keep you spinning, and if you choose to gamble, what you can do about it to stay aware and keep yourself in control of your gambling. Now, I am not saying slot machines somehow control your mind. They're designed to be entertaining, and for most people they are. But here's something most players don't realize. When you do something repeatedly, your brain naturally starts relying less on active decision making and more on habitual actions. That's a normal process, and your brain does this all day long. You don't consciously think through every step of brushing your teeth or driving a familiar route. Your brain creates habits because they're efficient. If your brain had to consciously think through every repeated action every day, you'd be mentally exhausted. The same thing can happen while playing slot machines. After enough spins, your brain can shift from consciously deciding each spin to simply repeating the behavior. One way to illustrate this process is through something called a habit loop. The habit loop shows the process your brain uses to automate your behavior. It begins with the cue or trigger, then the routine, which is the behavior itself, and then finally the reward, which is a positive reinforcement that tells your brain to continue the loop. Let's see what this looks like playing a slot machine. First, you have the trigger, which is you sit down and put your money in the machine. Then the routine is you hit the spin button. And then finally the reward, which is the real spin, the lights flash, you get a win, a near miss, or maybe a bonus, and all of that anticipation and excitement can trigger dopamine release in your brain. Slot machines are designed to create anticipation and reward. After the release of dopamine, your brain begins to connect those rewarding feelings with the behavior of pressing the spin button, making you more likely to keep spinning. Because each cycle only takes a few seconds, it's easy to get caught repeating the behavior without ever stopping to think. Fast play makes this process easier. Each spin only lasts a couple of seconds. Your brain is constantly getting new sights, sounds, animations, and anticipation. When everything happens that quickly, there's very little time to stop and ask, do I still want to be playing? Instead, your brain naturally falls back on the habit. Press spin, watch, repeat. So how do you interrupt the cycle and take control back? There are multiple strategies, but one easy one is that you give yourself a brief pause before hitting that spin button again, so your thinking brain has a chance to kick back in. Even taking a few seconds lets you ask yourself questions like, am I still having fun? Am I sticking to the budget I planned? Is it time to walk away? That simple pause interrupts the habit loop and gives you control. Now, let's get into some gameplay to show you how this strategy works while playing slots. But first, if you're enjoying this video, then please consider hitting that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, then consider hitting that subscribe button to continue seeing more of this type of content in the future. As a small channel, it really helps us out. Now let's get spinning. We're gonna play Piggy Bankin Break In. I got $200 in the machine, that is our budget. And we're gonna start at 5-cent denom on a $2 bet. And we're gonna just talk as we go about how I like to, again, break myself out of that habit loop. So one of the first things that I like to do, and I don't always talk about this in the video, but I'm going to do that today, is set myself a general idea of when I want to check in with myself on the denom and the bet I'm playing. So I put $200 in. So I'm playing this 5-cent denom. I'm going to give it to about 170 bucks or so. And then we're going to, if I get to 170 bucks, if we're not getting any luck, I may consider changing the denom then. So it's important, whatever it is to set your kind of mental check of where you're going to stop, reconsider what you're doing so that you re-engage that part of your brain that can break you out of that habit loop that's just being flooded from all the dopamine from playing these games. As we talked about, these games are really designed well to hack that part of your brain that wants you to just keep spinning. So we're right at 175 bucks. I've been playing 5-cent denom, not really getting any luck. I'm going to put $25 more using 5-cent denom, and then we'll reassess again. So just by giving myself that opportunity to stop, think about what I'm doing, allows me to kind of stop myself from just hitting that button over and over and over again. All right, we got it. All right, we got pickles. Nice. All right. Got the instant win feature. Okay, good timing there. So instant win feature, he's going to, if we keep getting the green pigs, he's going to instantly award us values and wins. So we want as many green pigs as possible. All right, green pigs, let's go. If we get a green pig, we also get extra spins. Okay, so now we really want some green pigs. Oh, come on, where's the green? Ah, no more green, okay. Little mini bonus here. Okay, mini's 50 bucks. Okay, that is not 50 bucks. That is 23 bucks. Okay, so we're going to give it just a few backup spins. There you go. Okay, I like to do 3 to 5 backup spins, so we'll do 1 or 2 more. Oh, one more. Okay. So the other thing that I think it's important is when you get a bonus or when something significant happens when you're playing, also another opportunity for what I call a spin decision. Other people call it a check-in or an evaluation point. It's really your opportunity to just reconsider. Again, what do you want to do now that you've had a bonus, depending on where you're at in your money. So we're $20 down on the session. I feel like there's still a little bit more playing that I want to do. I'm willing to risk a little bit more. So we're gonna change the denom up. I'm gonna try 2 cents. We're gonna start at $1.60 and we're gonna play down to 150. That will be my new check-in or spin decision point. Come on. So six or more of the pigs guarantees the bonus here. That's what we're looking for. Okay, policeman's our top symbol. Line hits on this game are not huge. If you regularly watch the channel, you know I like this game a lot and tend to like to play it. I will say it is one of my favorite games for sure. Come on. Come on, where's those pigs? All right, we're at our spin decision point. So we are 50 bucks down. I'm gonna change the denom one more time. We're gonna do $2.40 set, $2.40 bet. It's a lot to say for some reason this morning. And my new check-in or spin decision point will be 100 bucks. But the other thing I like to do is to also set myself a spin decision point if I'm up. So if I can get back up to 200 bucks, I'm gonna call it. That will be my walk away point. I'll get my money back, call that a win. Okay, no more of these dead spins, let's go. we had a little more luck at the 5 cents, so we're gonna finish it off at 5 cents. Come on. Oh, we got it. Look at that. Woo! Repeat win. Okay, this could be really good. That's a good start. All right, here we go. I want to see a lot of those blue piggies. Okay, I need to see actual piggies, please. Come on, there you go. Nice, more of those, please. Come on. Don't. Okay, we need a pig right there. Right there, please. Okay. So the good thing about the repeat win is he repeats for every blue pig. So let's see what the repeat is going to be on this one. Mini's $50. I'll take a mini. Okay, well that's not a mini, but he can repeat that over and over again. So let's see what we get. All right, I want to see you bounce a lot. Here we go. Come on. Again. Well, game says that's a big fat win. All right, $58. Okay, 2 backup spins. Oh, come on, do it again. That would be amazing. All right, we're gonna do one more. Okay, so you know what? We've had 2 good bonuses. I'm only $25 down. We came back from being quite a bit more down. So final spin decision point, I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna keep chasing it. I had a lot of fun. And we're only $25 down. So I feel like it was absolutely worth it on the session. I hope this video gave you a good understanding of how slot machines can encourage you to keep spinning and how to stay in control when gambling. The goal isn't to stop having fun. It is to make sure you're choosing your spins and not just following a habit. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, don't forget to click those like and subscribe buttons and consider checking out this other video by clicking the thumbnail on the screen. Thanks so much, y'all. See you next time.